You've been told your dreams mean nothing, that they're random electrical noise in the brain, that they don't matter, that they're just imagination, neural fireworks with no meaning, no intelligence, no purpose. But if that were true, why do certain dreams return for years like a message trying to break through? Why does your body remember dreams long after your mind forgets them? Why do some dreams feel more real than the life you wake back into? And why, after every powerful dream, is there always that strange moment of silence right before you open your eyes? The moment your soul hesitates as if it knows you're slipping back into a lesser reality? No one ever explained this to you. Dreams are not chaos. Dreams are communication. And dream signs, those repeating symbols, patterns, people, locations, numbers, sensations, are not random details. They are codes, activation sequences, markers of consciousness attempting to break the surface. You've been sleepwalking through a truth that's been calling your name every single night. The lie you were taught: dreams are fake. This is the biggest deception of all, the idea that reality is solid and dreams are illusions. But ancient mystics taught the opposite, that waking life is the slower dream, and sleep is the place where the veil thins and consciousness remembers itself. Dreams are not fake. They are the only place your mind can't lie to you. When you dream, your ego dissolves, your conditioning slips, your programmed identity shuts off. And what rises in its place is pure, unfiltered consciousness, speaking in the language of symbols. Because the truth is this: your soul doesn't speak in words, it speaks in signs. And the dream is the only realm where those signs can reach you undistorted. The Matrix doesn't control your dreams, and that's why they're important. Every day, your senses are hijacked by noise. Ads, opinions, fears, expectations, pressure to perform, pressure to succeed, pressure to be someone you're not. Your waking reality is a maze built to keep your attention outward. But dreams cut through all of that. Dreams bypass the matrix. Dreams bypass your programming. Dreams bypass the version of you that pretends everything is fine. Dreams speak from the timeline where you are still whole. This is why dream signs matter. They are breadcrumbs from the real you, the part of you untouched by conditioning. The strange thing you've always felt but never named. You felt it before, haven't you? That eerie, familiar sensation when you wake up. A whisper of meaning, a residue of truth, a feeling that something in the dream was trying to show you something important. You brush it off. You tell yourself it's nothing. You have things to do, places to be, responsibilities to perform. But in the back of your mind, something stays with you. An image, a sound, a face, a symbol, a location. Something that doesn't feel random. Something that feels like a message you weren't supposed to ignore. That is a dream sign. And nothing is more powerful in dream work than the moment you recognize one. Because the moment you recognize a dream sign, you become conscious inside the unconscious. You become awake inside the place where your deeper truth lives. The dream is the real you trying to break through. Here is the truth no one taught you. Your dreams are the part of you that refuses to forget who you are. Your dreams hold your suppressed emotions, your unhealed memories, your lost desires, your unlived timelines, your forgotten intuition, your inner guidance system, your soul memory, your higher self's warnings and confirmations. Dream signs are the markers of this deeper intelligence. They guide you, they warn you, they pull you toward alignment, they tell you what you're ready to face, they illuminate what you're not admitting. They reveal what your waking self is too distracted to see. Dreams do not lie. They cannot. They come from a level of consciousness that is impossible to fake. A truth you've always known, even if you never said it out loud. Deep down, you've always felt that your dreams meant more than people told you. You felt the significance. You felt the symbolism. You felt the intelligence behind them. You felt the messages hiding inside images your waking mind didn't understand. Your intuition wasn't wrong. You weren't imagining it. You weren't reading too much into things. You were sensing the truth. Your dreams are the only place where your unconscious speaks without censorship. Dream signs are the keys your soul placed inside your dream world to help you remember what your waking self has forgotten. The moment of realization. Think about this. If dreams were meaningless, why do all ancient civilizations, Egyptian, Tibetan, Sumerian, Greek, Vedic, Mayan, treat dreams as portals to higher consciousness? Why did initiates train for decades in dream interpretation? Why did mystery schools teach students to recognize dream signs before they were allowed deeper initiation? Why did the ancients believe the gods spoke through symbols in dreams? They didn't consider dreams less real than waking life. They considered dreams more real. Because in dreams you meet the unfiltered version of yourself, the one that cannot be controlled by programming, society, ego, expectation, fear. Dream signs are the coordinates to that version of you. The awakening hooks. You were never supposed to ignore your dreams. You were supposed to decode them, follow them, trust them, let them guide you. Because dreams are not fiction. Dreams are memory. Dreams are message. Dreams are map. Dreams are mirror. Dream signs are the breadcrumbs your consciousness leaves you so you can wake up inside the deeper truth of your own mind. And now that the veil is lifting, now that you're seeing dreams for what they truly are, you're ready to enter the realm where ancient wisdom and modern consciousness meet. Welcome to Part 2, Hidden Knowledge Reveal. In the ancient world, dreams were not nighttime stories. They were messages from the unseen, the bridge between the waking self and the deeper self, the doorway into realms your conscious mind can't access while you're awake. Every civilization that preserved esoteric knowledge agreed on one truth. Dreams are the language of the soul, and dream signs are the alphabet of that language. Let's enter the old lore now. The forbidden teachings about dreams that were erased when the world became obsessed with logic and waking reality. This is where your deeper memory begins to return. The temples of dreaming, the place where God spoke. Long before sleep meant rest, it meant communion. In ancient Chem, the land modern scholars call Egypt, there were sanctuaries known as temples of dream incubation. Initiates would lie in stone chambers beneath carved star ceilings, waiting not for sleep but for contact. Priests of Thoth taught that the waking mind sees the world through the body, but the dreaming mind sees the world through the soul. They whispered, in dreams, the soul remembers the worlds it came from. Dream signs were the markers given to initiates in dream state to guide them toward knowledge they were ready for, timelines they were shifting into, wounds they were prepared to heal, identities they were meant to outgrow, truths they had forgotten. Your dreams still follow this ancient law because consciousness doesn't evolve out of meaning. It evolves back into it. Be the Book of the Dead, symbols as maps of the unconscious. The Egyptian Book of the Dead was never about physical death. It was a map for navigating the inner worlds, the dream realms, the astral realms, the subconscious realms. The beings encountered in these realms were not gods in the literal sense. They were archetypes of the human psyche. The jackal-headed Anubis represented discernment. The ibis-headed Thoth represented higher memory. The serpent represented suppressed instinct. The winged goddess represented liberation of the soul. And the most important symbol of all, the feather of truth, was not about morality, but about clarity. The ancients believed your dreams weighed your heart every night. What felt heavy was what you were avoiding. What felt light was what you accepted. Dream signs were guideposts pointing to the truth buried beneath your waking identity. The truth your unconscious was ready to reveal. The Greek mystery schools, Oneiromancy and the dream archons. In Greece, initiates entered the temples of Asclepius, not for healing through medicine, but for healing through dreams. The priests taught, the body whispers through waking life, but the soul speaks loudly in dreams. Dream signs weren't considered random. They were understood as symbols, archetypal messages, signals, warnings from the deeper mind, portals, entry points into lucid awareness, echoes, memory from other timelines or past lives, guides, beings from the subconscious or higher self. To the Greeks, a dream without a sign was like a letter without ink, impossible. Every dream contained a sign. Your job was simply to see it. The Tibetan dream yogis, the unbreaking of the veil. Tibetan mystics believed that the veil between worlds is thinnest during dreams. They trained for decades to become lucid not for entertainment, but for liberation. They taught, if you awaken inside your dream, you awaken inside your life. Dream signs were used as triggers for lucidity, repeating symbols placed there by the subconscious to help the dreamer wake up. These included unusual animals, shifting rooms, recurring pathways, repeated numbers, impossible physics, voices that spoke in riddles, faces that shouldn't be there. These signs were intentional, planted, designed. You have the same signs. They're just waiting for you to notice them. In the Emerald Tablets, dreams as portals to other realms. In the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, there is a passage almost no one talks about. The line where Thoth says, in the dream state, I traveled beyond the halls of Amenti to worlds unseen by waking eyes. Modern readers skip over this as metaphor. It is not metaphor. Thoth is describing quantum travel, the ability of consciousness to roam outside the physical timeline while the body sleeps. Dream signs were the markers given to initiates to help them navigate these realms. They pointed toward the realm you were entering, the guide you were encountering, the lesson being presented, the distortion being healed, the memory being recovered. Dreams were not random, they were routes. And dream signs were the streetlights, the Mayan night travelers, memory of the soul. The Maya had a word, Wyob, the other self that travels at night. They believed the soul left the body and entered other layers of reality while dreaming. Dream signs were not signs for the dream, they were signs for the traveler. A repeated animal meant guidance. A repeated place meant memory. A repeated fear meant distortion. A repeated person meant karmic entanglement. A repeated number meant timeline alignment. And a repeated symbol, especially geometric, meant you were on the edge of lucidity. They believed the soul left clues for itself in every dream. You're doing the same, even if you've forgotten how to read them. G, the hidden teaching. The dreamer and the dreamed are the same. Across all ancient cultures, one forbidden truth remained consistent. The one who dreams and the one inside the dream are the same consciousness speaking in two languages. Your waking self is the dreamer. Your dreaming self is the messenger. And dream signs are the bridge between the two. This is why certain dreams feel familiar, like places you've never been yet somehow know. This is why certain symbols feel heavy with meaning. This is why certain dream people feel more real than waking strangers. This is why waking up at the exact moment of a dream's climax feels like you were pulled back into your waking body too soon, because you were. Dreams don't create meaning. Dreams reveal meaning. Dream signs are the keys your consciousness leaves so you can unlock the messages hidden in the symbol language of the night. The veil is lifting. Now you understand how the ancients viewed dreams as portals, maps, mirrors, memories, and messages from higher consciousness. You're ready for the next layer. The actual mechanism of how dream signs form, why they repeat, and how they guide you toward alignment, healing, intuition, and timeline selection. Welcome to Part 3, Cosmic Mechanism Explained. Dream signs are not random. They are not symbolic accidents. They are not mental noise. They are not your imagination running wild. Dream signs emerge from a real, measurable, repeatable mechanism that links the unconscious mind, the energetic field, and the quantum layer of consciousness into one coordinated system. This isn't woo. This is architecture, the architecture of the dream state. Let's decode it. 1. Your dreams are generated by two minds, not one. There are two primary consciousness streams active during sleep. A, the waking residue mind. This part processes daily thoughts, stress, sensory leftovers, recent experiences, unfinished emotions. This is the layer modern science focuses on. But it isn't where dream signs originate. B, the deep consciousness mind, the part ancient cultures called the soul. This layer processes unresolved energy, suppressed emotions, shadow material, karmic memory, parallel timelines, intuitive downloads, higher self-communication, Akashic echoes. Dream signs come from this layer because symbols are the only language your deeper consciousness can speak without distortion. Dream signs equals messages from the deeper mind delivered in a form the waking mind must interpret. This is why dream signs feel loaded, even when you can't explain why. 2. Dream signs form from energetic charge, not imagery. Every emotion carries a frequency. Every unresolved issue carries an electromagnetic imprint. Every desire creates a vibrational pull. Every fear creates a vibrational contraction. When you sleep, the deeper mind scans for anything in your field that holds unresolved energetic charge. If the charge is strong, positive or negative, your consciousness creates a symbol to represent that charge. This is a dream sign. It's not the image that matters, it's the frequency behind it. A dream sign is simply an energetic signal given a visual form. This is why. The same symbol repeats. The same location returns. The same creature shows up. The same scenario replays. The same person appears. Your deeper consciousness is saying, this frequency needs your attention. 3. Dream signs are the pop-up notifications of your unconscious. During waking life, your conscious mind filters almost everything. It suppresses, denies, rationalizes, justifies. It avoids uncomfortable truths. It downplays emotions. It hides shadow material. It blocks intuition. But the moment you sleep, the conscious mind dissolves and the deeper mind steps to the front. Anything you avoided during the day becomes visible at night. This is why dream signs are not subtle. They repeat because your unconscious keeps trying to deliver the same message until you finally listen. Dream signs equals the unconscious insisting on integration. The dream world is not separate from you. It's the part of you you silence when awake. 4. Dream signs appear when the veil between timelines thins. This is the part modern science cannot explain, but ancient mystics understood flawlessly. When your brain enters REM sleep, the ego dissolves. The identity becomes fluid. The boundary between timelines becomes permeable. The quantum field becomes accessible. Your consciousness becomes non-local, meaning it is no longer confined to the linear timeline of your waking identity. This is why in dreams you can be in multiple locations at once, meet people who don't exist here, revisit past versions of yourself, glimpse possible futures, access past lives, experience other timelines, feel guidance from beings or higher intelligence, know things you've never learned consciously. Dream signs are the anchors that mark which layer of consciousness you're navigating. Different types of dream signs equal different realms. Emotional signs equal shadow integration layer. Symbolic signs equal archetypal, collective, unconscious. Architectural signs equal timeline navigation. Entity signs equal higher guidance. Environmental signs equals parallel selves. Numerical signs equals probability alignment. Geometric signs equal contact with quantum field. Your dreams reveal where your consciousness is traveling. Dream signs are the map. 5. Dream signs. Repeat to sync your waking and dreaming selves. Your dreaming self and waking self are not the same identity, but they are the same consciousness viewed from two levels. Your waking self is the narrator. Your dreaming self is the witness. Dream signs repeat to create a bridge between these two layers of identity. When you recognize a repeated dream sign, you create a moment of cross-awareness. This cross-awareness is the precursor to lucidity, intuitive downloads, trauma release, identity evolution, timeline shift, quantum manifestation, shadow integration, higher self-communication. Dream signs are not just messages, they are integration points. Every time you understand a dream sign, your two consciousness streams move closer together. This is why working with dream signs creates profound awakening. The boundary between dream and waking reality dissolves and consciousness becomes unified. 6. Dream signs are the subconscious revealing where energy is stuck. Your subconscious organizes your entire emotional architecture. It knows where the blockages are. It knows what you're repressing. It knows what you're avoiding. It knows what you're denying. And it knows exactly what you're ready to face. Dream signs reveal where your shadow lives, what identity you protect, what emotions you suppress, what wound is ready to be healed, what timeline version of you you're drifting toward, what higher guidance you're ignoring, what power you've forgotten you have. Nothing appears in a dream unless it's loaded with energy. This is why dream signs feel magnetic. They're not random objects. They're energetic pressure points seeking release. 7. Dream signs affect your timeline through the observer effect. Here's where the quantum layer enters. Reality collapses into form based on the state of the observer. Your waking self observes reality through the filter of identities, beliefs, wounds, expectations, emotional residues. But your dreaming self observes reality through the filter of pure consciousness without identity restrictions. When you interpret a dream sign, you temporarily shift into the perspective of the deeper observer. This shift in observer identity changes the timeline you're aligned with. Understanding dream signs equals collapsing a higher probability timeline into waking life. This is why dreams often warn you before something happens or show you the path you're being pulled toward. Your deeper mind sees the timeline before your waking mind does. Dream signs are the previews. 8. Dream signs are your intuition spoken out loud. You already receive intuition during the day, but you dismiss it. It's probably nothing. I'm overthinking. I'm being dramatic. I'm imagining things. But in dreams, your intuition no longer whispers. It speaks in symbols so powerful you cannot ignore them. Dream signs are your intuition amplified, intuition unfiltered, intuition expressed in imagery the conscious mind can't suppress. This is why dream signs feel like, you need to see this. You know this already. This is important. This is a message. Because they are. 9. Dream signs align you with the version of you you're meant to become. Every time a dream sign appears, it pushes you toward a more awakened identity, a clearer purpose, a healed emotional field, a higher vibration, a more coherent timeline. Dream signs are not just reflections, they are instructions. Meeting the same person in dreams points to a part of yourself you need to integrate. Repeating numbers signal probability shifts. Recurring places point to memories or transitions. Strange symbols point to lessons or warnings. Quantum geometry points to higher consciousness contact. Your dreams are shaping you from the inside out. Dream signs are the blueprints, the cosmic conclusion. Dreams are not stories. Dreams are signals. Dreams are maps. Dreams are messages. Dreams are portals. Dreams are mirrors. Dreams are guides. Dreams are memory. Dreams are timelines. And dream signs are the markers your consciousness places to help you navigate all of it. Now that you know where dream signs come from, how they form, why they repeat, and how they shape your timeline, you're ready for the most important work, deprogramming the lies that made you ignore your dreams in the first place. Welcome to Part 4, Deprogramming Turn. Everything you were ever taught about dreams was designed to disconnect you from your own consciousness. Let's be blunt. If you truly understood your dreams, you would become impossible to manipulate, because you would stop believing the version of reality the waking world trained you to accept. Dream signs are not subtle. The signs were always there. The messages were always clear. You were conditioned not to see them. This is where the deprogramming begins. Program number 1, dreams are just imagination. The biggest lie you ever absorbed. The reason you've dismissed your dreams for so long is because someone taught you imagination is childish, something to outgrow, something unserious. But imagination is not fiction. Imagination is inner perception. Everything you see with your waking eyes is filtered, conditioned, and censored. But everything you see in dreams comes from the deeper layers of your consciousness that refuse to be silenced. The truth, your imagination is the interface between your waking self and your deeper mind. This is why the system had to discredit it, because if you trusted your own inner world, you would stop being obedient to the outer one. It's not that dream signs stopped appearing, it's that you were trained to call them nonsense. Program number 2, the brain generates random images. This is the second lie disguised as science. Neuroscience can measure brain activity, but it cannot explain meaning. It cannot explain why the same symbols repeat across cultures, across centuries, across individuals who never met each other. Why do people dream of the same oceans, the same falling sensation, the same abandoned rooms, the same strange creatures, the same infinite hallways, the same glowing symbols, the same alternate versions of themselves? Because dreams come from a collective dimension, the same field Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, and the same field ancient mystics recognized as the realm between worlds. The brain does not create meaning. The brain receives it. The system taught you dreams are random, so you wouldn't ask the one question that could set you free. If my dreams aren't random, what are they trying to tell me? Program number 3, don't think too much about dreams. This belief is a cage. If you don't analyze your dreams, you'll never understand your inner signals. If you ignore your inner signals, you'll stay blind to your own patterns. If you stay blind to your own patterns, you'll never notice you're repeating the same emotional loops across timelines. The fastest way to keep someone unconscious is to convince them their own mind is irrelevant. The truth is the opposite. Your dreams are the only place the truth speaks without censorship. You were conditioned to stay deaf to that truth, but deep down, you always knew the whisper was real. Program number 4, dreams don't affect reality. This one is the most damaging because it disconnects you from the power dreams actually have to shift your vibration, identity, decisions, emotional coherence, intuition, timeline. Dreams are not passive experiences. Dreams are adjustments to your inner field. When you dream, you're processing trauma, fear, desire, memory, suppressed instincts, parallel selves, energetic blockages, unaligned choices. And dream signs highlight the areas where your life is out of sync with who you're becoming. Ignoring dream signs is like ignoring the dashboard lights in your car. Sure, you can drive, but eventually, everything breaks down. Your dreams don't just reflect your life, they calibrate it. Program number 5, if it's important, you'll remember it. Absolutely false. You forget dreams because your waking identity is not ready to hold the truths your deeper consciousness is showing you. Your waking mind protects your ego from anything that threatens the identity you built to survive. And nothing threatens the ego more than the truth that you are more than you think you are. Your deeper mind shows you everything. Your waking mind deletes 95% of it before you open your eyes. Dream signs are the remaining 5%, the things that refuse to be forgotten, the symbols that force themselves into your morning, the dreams that cling to you even as you try to shake them off. Those aren't accidents. Those are messages with enough power to break through the walls your ego built. Program number 6, only lucid dreaming matters. Another distraction. Lucid dreaming is powerful, but it's not the destination. It's one tool in a very large system. The truth is this. Dream signs awaken you long before lucidity does. You don't become conscious inside the dream by trying to control it. You become conscious by recognizing the patterns inside it. Integration, not domination, is what creates awakening. And dream signs are the earliest form of lucidity, the moment your inner self starts breaking through your waking amnesia. Program number 7, you should be asleep when you dream. Another program belief designed to keep you from realizing how powerful your consciousness actually is. In the dream state, you're not unconscious, you're unfiltered. Your awareness is not off, it's unbound. You're not asleep. You're finally awake in the part of your mind that sees beyond physical senses. Dream signs are the breadcrumbs your unbound awareness uses to communicate with the waking version of you. Your dreamer self is not a passenger, it is the navigator. And you've been ignoring your own navigator for years. Program number 8. If it's weird, it means nothing. The waking world taught you weird equals random. Weird equals meaningless. Wrong. In dream logic, the weirder something is, the more energy it carries. The more surreal the symbol, the more truth it holds. The unconscious doesn't need realism. It needs clarity, emotion, impact. Symbolism is the only language deep enough to bypass the ego. You think your dreams are strange because your waking self has forgotten how to read them. But your deeper mind has never forgotten how to speak them. The turning point. The moment of control returns to you. Deprogramming is not about rejecting the world. It's about reclaiming your perceptions. You are not the person who was told dreams are fake. You're the person who always sensed they weren't. The moment you stop believing the lies is the moment you reclaim your intuition, your clarity, your internal guidance, your timeline alignment, your connection to higher consciousness, your ability to read the signals your soul sends every night. Dream signs are the bridge between your fragmented waking identity and your whole eternal self. This is the moment you stop dismissing your dreams and start decoding them. This is the moment your waking self bows to the wisdom of your deeper self. This is the moment your relationship with consciousness changes forever. Now you are ready. Ready to receive. Ready to remember. Ready to awaken inside the realm that has been calling you since the first night you ever slept. Welcome to Part 5, Devotion Call. Close your eyes for a moment. Not to sleep, but to return. Because inside you there is a doorway that has opened thousands of times while you weren't watching. A doorway that glows in every dream, even when you pretend you don't see it. A doorway that leads not away from your life, but deeper into it. This is your activation. This is the remembering. Every night, while your body rests, your consciousness rises. It travels, it listens, it warns, it reveals, it teaches, it mirrors, it prepares you for the next version of yourself. Dream signs are the fingerprints of that guidance. They are the symbols your soul leaves behind to remind you that you are not here without direction. You are not lost. You are not disconnected. You are not wandering through randomness. You are being spoken to every single night. And now you're finally listening. The first activation, I am the dreamer and the dreamed. Whisper this inside your mind. I am the dreamer and the dreamed. Because the version of you that walks these waking streets is not the whole you. It is the surface you. The part shaped by memory, identity, and expectation. But the you that moves through dreams is vast, unbound, unrestricted by body, name, or history. It is the you that remembers itself as consciousness, not character. When you say, I am the dreamer and the dreamed, you collapse the separation between these two versions. You unify your perception. You reclaim the part of you that has always known the way. The second activation, my dreams speak the truth. Say it with certainty. Not as a hope, but as a remembering. My dreams speak the truth. Because they do. Not symbolic truth like a puzzle, not vague truth like a horoscope, but direct truth. The truth your waking self can't handle yet. The truth your soul tries to deliver in the only language that bypasses resistance, the language of signs. When you claim this activation, you stop gaslighting your inner world. You stop telling yourself, it's just a dream. You stop treating your own messages as noise. You begin trusting the part of you that has always been awake. The third activation, I follow the signs. Feel these words inside your chest. I follow the signs. This is where alignment begins, because dream signs do not appear randomly. They appear when a timeline is shifting, a truth is emerging, a wound is ready to be healed, a desire is ready to be claimed, a version of you is calling, a pattern is ending, a lesson is beginning. Dream signs are invitations. When you follow them, you collapse resistance. When you collapse resistance, you shift timelines. You become someone the universe can finally communicate with directly. The fourth activation, I remember what my soul knows. Place your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly. Let the words move through you. I remember what my soul knows. Because you do. Even when your waking mind forgets, your deeper consciousness remembers. Your purpose, your path, your abilities, your past lives, your soul contracts, your unhealed places, your hidden talents, your destiny, your lessons, your timelines. Your dreams don't teach you anything new. They remind you of what you've forgotten. Dream signs appear when your inner memory is waking up again. This is not learning, this is returning. The fifth activation, I am guided in every realm. With reverence, speak inwardly, I am guided in every realm. In waking life, guidance feels subtle, a pull, a whisper, a coincidence. But in dreams, guidance becomes undeniable. Message becomes image. Intuition becomes symbol. Alignment becomes structure. Higher self becomes voice. Your guides, your deeper mind, your past selves, your future self, your higher self. They all meet you in dreams because it is the only space where you are fully open. Dream signs are proof that the universe guides you not once in a while, but constantly. You have never taken a single dream alone. The sixth activation, I wake up within myself. Let this line settle into your bones. I wake up within myself. Lucidity in the dream begins with lucidity in your life. You become lucid when you stop running autopilot patterns. You become lucid when you stop outsourcing your power. You become lucid when you stop believing your fears. You become lucid when you stop abandoning your intuition. You become lucid when you decide to see. Lucidity is not about controlling the dream, it's about remembering. You are the consciousness experiencing it. And when you remember that, the dream changes, and so does your waking life. The final activation, I walk with both eyes open. This is where the two worlds reunite. Your waking reality, your dream reality, your conscious mind, your unconscious truth. They were never separate, only filtered. Two eyes open, the physical eye and the inner eye, the daylight mind and the dream mind, the self that walks and the self that watches. When you walk with both eyes open, you live in alignment with the deeper truth that dreams have always tried to reveal. Your intuition sharpens, your awareness expands, your sense of meaning intensifies, your timeline stabilizes, your path becomes clearer, your higher self steps forward. Your dream state and waking state begin to merge into one continuum of consciousness. This is the moment you stop being a passive dreamer and become an awakened one. The closing remembrance. You are not the person who forgets their dreams. You are the person whose dreams refuse to let go of you. Dream signs are not messages from the outside. They're messages from the deepest part of you, the part that never sleeps, that never forgets, that never stops guiding, that has always known exactly who you are becoming. Tonight, when your eyes close, something ancient in you will open. When the dream arrives, you'll recognize the sign. You'll feel the pull. You'll hear the whisper. And you'll remember, you are the one who placed the signs there to lead yourself home.